Okay, here we go, everybody. This is it. The last day of the last year. The last day of the last year. Yep, it's all over. 2022. That was it. You know, we had a good run. We had a good one. We had 2022 years, and that was it. That was how many years there were. I know there were no more years before that. There was just 2022 years. That's all the years that existed. All right, so today we are going to be finishing off as people filter in there. Oh, wait, how am I going to do the chat with this? Because the tier list is in front of me, but the chat's over here. Oh, that's going to be fun to try to balance. Okay, well, we'll figure that out as we go, I guess. Just move that over here for the time being. Okay, so, yes. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy New Year's Eve. It is December 31st, 2022. I didn't think I was going to make it this far, to be honest with you. I mean, I thought the world was going to end with that Mayan prophecy 10 years back, but hey, here we are. Anyway, it's my birthday and the best stream ever. Let's go. That's right. Woo! Please edit this video. You don't tell me what to do, Nelson. I'm not going to edit anything. Fun fact, I have not edited a single one of my videos ever. Whenever you see a jump cut in any of my videos, that's just my inherent ability to manipulate reality. That's all I do. Yeah. So, yeah. Okay, but how about Zeph? Zeph is on here. I saved Zeph for the finale. Okay, so for those of you that are just arriving that do not know what this is, and considering it's the finale, I'll go through it one more time. This is a tier list to determine which character in One Piece would make the best, bakery. Not necessarily the best baker of just pastries by themselves, but if they ran their own bakery in terms of like interior decoration and how they handle their own employees and how they treat them and how the presentation looks and the location of the bakery and all that kind of stuff, right? So here's something funny. The first one of these that I did way back in May, it's like the third most viewed video of the entire year. Like, no joke. Like, literally, like, I made it as a joke, as a meme, because every single time, what do I say whenever a villain in One Piece gets defeated? I'm like, they go off and they start a bakery somewhere in the South Blue. I decided to make a whole dedicated video about that. That video has like 400,000 views. It has a decent amount of views, okay? And my most popular videos the entire year were the Marine video, the redone version of the Marine video back in February, I think I did. That has like over 500,000 views. And then there was the One Piece Chapter 1044 review, which obviously is like where Luffy does Gear 5th, so that got a lot of views. And then after that, it's the bakery video. It was the dark horse that just blitzed by everything, okay? So here we go. Straw Hat is watching this on a plane right now. Okay, well, the sky's the limit, I guess. Okay, so that video did really good. And then I did the sequel to it in August that covered some more One Piece characters, and that video even did well as well. I think that one at least has over 100,000. So, hey, the bakery videos, that's what we did in 2022. We had 2018 was Geography is Everything. 2019 was the year of reference tables. 2020 was, I think that was the year I started doing the Isekai D&D shit. Isekai One Piece, not Isekai D&D. Isekai D&D is the thing that Rustage and Schwabity and Briggs and Daniel Green and me do. We did Isekai One Piece, and then I don't know what last year was. I don't know what 2021 was. 2021 was the year that I bought a house, okay? That was the year I got a house. And now 2022 was the year of bakeries, okay? So we gotta end it out, though. We still have a few One Piece characters left that I have yet to focus on. Let's see. We got not as many as last time. I mean, I could have filled it up. I think I added 50 or so every installment. This one we only have, I think, 30. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 per row. So that'd be 28 in the first two. And 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, there's like 35, 36 characters on this, which is pretty fair, okay? Where would Williams Bakery rank? Williams Bakery, oh God, William seems like the kind of guy that would start a bakery and then just get bored with it after about a month and then just leave it. And then that would be his bakery. But for that month that it was open, yeah, it'd probably do okay. It would probably be in good. Yes, we needed Whoop Slap. I'm glad I included Whoop Slap. I mean, ever since the whole situation with the One Piece World Poll, I had to include Whoop Slap. Let's see. Ragnar's Bakery. Oh damn! I should have just included the entire One Piece D&D crew on here, like honestly. But no, I wouldn't. I would have to have them on to tell me, because I wouldn't want to like rank Ragnar or Verona or Duros. Like I would need like their actual the people that play them on here to tell me where their bakeries would rank. So there we go. You got to do Vinland Saga character analysis. Oh man, I would love to do that on one of the many side channels I now have. Ugh. YouTube is getting great. By the way, every time you start a new topic, it's like start a new channel. No Gaimon. Where's Gaimon? Where's Gaimon? He's not on here. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry. William's Bakery would run for about 30 seconds before he recruited the bakers in his crew. I mean, that's fair. William has a very short attention span with things. It's remarkable that he was able to be a pirate for as long as he was. If William did not find the roulette fruit that gave him a new power every single time, William probably would have given up the pirate life like within like the first 10 episodes. He'd be like, all right, this was fun to kill an afternoon, but I'm gonna move on with the rest of my life. Okay. Well, anyway, yeah, so let's go through the tiers really quick once again. So at the very, very top, we have the very best that no one ever was. This is the category. Only one person is allowed to stay in this category. Sanji has maintained this for the first 2 episodes. It was very tough. Last time I might have put Stroizen up there, because Stroizen also very good chef. He is the head chef of all of Totland, so out of all of the chefs that Big Mom had in her dominion, he was the best one. So, you know, Stroizen is no slouch, you know what I mean? But, you know, he is pushing 100 years old, and, you know, Sanji's just, he's more youthful. He has that energy that, like, a young chef can really bring to the table. So, will Sanji be dethroned today in the finale? I don't know, but it's certainly possible. We got some heavy hitters down there, but, you know, the very best bakery that there ever was. It's the best bakery in the entire world. That's what it is. 3 exclamation marks. Then we have the best bakery with 2 exclamation marks. This is a pretty solid one. You know, you would definitely recommend this. Like, this is the best bakery within like 100 miles of where you live. This is the best bakery. You know, it might be the best bakery of your region or your state or your country or wherever you live. This is the best right here, okay? Then we have amazing with a single exclamation mark. This is where it starts to not be mythical so much. Like the status of this bakery is not so good it'll send your taste buds to heaven like the first 2, but like amazing is still really, really good. It's like the best possible compliment you could give to a bakery that's in your immediate area. It's just so good. Then we have really good, which is no exclamation points. It's just really good. Hey, how about that bakery? It's really good. Oh, awesome. And then you go and get a crawler or something. Really good bakery. Then we just have good. You know, you'd still recommend it to your friends, but this is just baseline average. This is just, it's good. You're not going to have that much excitement over it. Maybe they have 1 or 2 things on the menu that you really die for, but really it's just a good bakery. Then you get to which, yeah, you'll still probably recommend it to your friends, but it's more of just like, yeah, I mean, like, sure, I guess. Sometimes their stuff's really good. Sometimes not so much. Depends on what time of day you get there. If you get there early in the morning, you should be good later in the day. I remember one time me and my mom were out shopping one night, and there was a Dunkin' Donuts around there, and it was like late at night, but they were still open. So we decided to go into the Dunkin' Donuts and get some donuts, and they were basically like, yeah, we're all out of donuts. We have like bagels, and that's it. And it was like, you know, 8:30 at night. So that's the status of it. That's like an kind of situation. Like, you can run out of stuff, you know? Then we have garbage. Just absolute garbage, unrepentant filth and awfulness, okay? Like, you go in and it's just like, oh my god, this is barely edible, or maybe it isn't edible. You could get sick eating at this place. But you could tell, like, the people there, you know, like, there might be other issues on why, like, they tried to make it good. Like, if Luffy tried to make something like a cake or, you know, cookies, I mean, they would probably turn out awful. There'd be, like, bits of eggshells in them and everything. But he would try his best. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Edward Weevil the same way. Be like, Mama, I'm going to start a bakery. And, you know, he would try his best, but I don't think it would turn out that well. And then finally, we get to the unholy category. This is bakeries that are going to try to outright kill you. Okay, these are the ones that, like, there is some cynical, evil nature behind some of the people. Not all of them. Like, Magellan is on here because I think Magellan would genuinely try to make a good bakery, but he literally has poison powers. So even if he tries really hard to make a really good bear claw or something, that bear claw might have poison on it and it could kill you, you know? Caesar is evil. Eneru will try to kill you. Hogback, dear God, no. Mr. Five's on here just because if, like, one stray hair of Mr. Five lands on a cinnamon roll, it'll blow your head apart, so that's not good. And not the kind of, like, wow, these cinnamon rolls are so good, they'll blow your brains. You know, it's like, no, you know, worse, the more literal kind of term there. Eggshells give you protein. I mean, hey, I can't disagree, but at the same time, I don't want eggshells in my cookies, okay, you know? Mr. Five would have booger bombs in the pie. I mean, it's just too dangerous. You know, one stray flake of, like, dry skin just falls onto a cake and then boom, you know what I mean? Like, you know, one booger falls out of his nose, kablamo, you know, it's like way too dangerous. Okay, so anyway, where is Big Mom? Big Mom is actually already on here. Big Mom is in the, I think the category. And the reason she's in the category is because, once again, we are not ranking these solely by baking ability. By the way, I don't even know if Big Mom by herself would be that good of a baker because she has other people bake stuff for her. I don't even know if she would be that good at it. But she would treat her employees like absolute dog shit. So that's the reason Big Mom is in the category, right? I imagine she would have started, like, a huge, like, conglomerate, kind of like a Little Debbie sort of, like, pastry business. And she'd be this high-powered CEO that just runs her employees ragged and just, like, you know, work the 23-hour days, mama, you know, no bonuses for you this Christmas, mama. You know, that's the kind of, you know, boss she would be. Not that great whatsoever. Okay, well, anyway, that's the tiers. Let's just get into it. Not that many characters this time around for the finale, but still, we got quite a few. Now, they are organized by alphabetical order, so we're actually going to be starting off here with Aramaki. That's right, Admiral Greenbowl himself. All right, so what kind of bakery would Admiral Greenpool start? And it's actually kind of interesting because this is the first one of these I've decided to do live. The other two I just did, you know, regular videos. So this time I actually get your input on this. Now, let's look at Aramaki's Devil Fruit ability, really. Okay, so he has the power of the Mori Mori no Mi, which means he could have the freshest fruit and veggies possible. I don't really know about too much veggies in a pie, but if you're talking about pies, which I imagine is mainly what he would make, is we got the freshest strawberries, cherries, apples. Like, his bakery itself would, I think, look really nice. It's like the Rainforest Cafe. Have you ever been to the Rainforest Cafe? That's basically what it would look like. You would walk in, it would just be moss and nice soft grass, and it would just smell like a completely unpolluted forest. You know, it'd be like, oh, it's just that nice kind of smell of nature, okay? Everything would be very nice and appealing. However, his personality, on the other hand, isn't really the best. Aramaki would make the freshest out of all. I mean, yeah, his rhubarb pie would be amazing. Like, no, seriously, it would. But, you know, he would be the kind of person that, like, given what we heard of his personality in Wano, like, if anybody from, like, let's say a non-world government allied nation, like, if Kinemon or any of the samurai from Wano wanted to come into his bakery and ordered a pie, he would probably kick them out. He'd be like, no, we only allow people that are allied with the world government in this establishment. Like, it would be that kind of shit. And I feel like that's going to knock a lot of points down off of it. I don't care how good the rhubarb pie is. You know what I mean? We're going to have some issues with that shit, all right? Why is Shiryu being ranked again? Clearly because I forgot he was on the list the first time. I knew that was going to happen with a few of them, so we'll just delete him again when we get to him. I don't even know if I can delete him right now. Can I delete Shiryu? I threw all the Blackbeard pirates in here. Let me see if I can just delete Shiryu. I cannot delete Shiryu. Okay, so Shiryu and Shiryu's twin brother go here. There we go. There's double the Shiryu. There'll be probably a few duplicates. But on to Aramaki. I feel like if he was completely inclusive and he would just accept anybody into his bakery, I feel like amazing status would probably fit him rather well. Okay, he doesn't really have any baking skills on his own or anything, but like I just think from the fact of the aesthetic of the bakery and all the fresh ingredients, it would be fine. But he would be very prejudiced, and I just feel like that's going to knock it down quite a few levels. I honestly kind of want to put him in the category just for that alone, just because of Big Mom is in the kind of same status, where Big Mom's just going to treat her employees, and maybe not so much Aramaki's employees, but the customers would have to like if there's like a global world government ID. Like, Aramaki would be the kind of guy that, like, ask for that when you walk in. You know what I mean? Like, it would be that level shit. But the rhubarb pie is still fantastic. So, yeah. I guess we're just going to go ahead with the category there. Double Shiryu! Yes, exactly. No club, no food. Yeah, kind of like that. He would have to, like, you would have to have a membership into his bakery, and it would be a real pain in the ass. Like, part of the membership application would be like, what's your opinion on the Tenryubito? What's your opinion on the world government? What's your opinion on the Marines? And if you put, like, anything close to something that he doesn't approve, you're not getting into the bakery. Yeah. I feel like because of his personality. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so moving on. Next up is Katarina Devon. So I put a lot of the Blackbeard Pirates on here to kind of fill it out. Some of them might be duplicates, but like I said, we'll tackle that when we come to it. So Katarina Devon. All right, so let's see. She is essentially a serial killer that wandered around and decapitated the heads of all the women she found more beautiful than her. So we got that going on. Now, where did I put Cavendish on here? Cavendish got put on really good, maybe? Where is Cavendish? I know he's on here. He was in good, all right? And the reason that that's relevant is because Cavendish had Hakuba, who is also a serial killer. So Hakuba and Cavendish were kind of like trying to figure out how to run this bakery together, where there's like, if you're, it's a great bakery during the day. At night, if you're walking by, you could be murdered. So, yeah, Katarina Devon not doing so well there. But how would her baking skills go, though? I mean, she has the ability of the mythical zone, the Kitsune, the nine-tailed fox zone, so she can transform into anybody she wants. However, I feel like we don't know what the limits of the mythical Kitsune zone are. She might be able to transform into that person, and if she can receive their memories, like, it might be an evolved form of Mr. Tu Bonclay's clone fruit, where he was able to just copy the appearance. Katarina Devon might be able to mimic, like, memories and experiences. So, for example, Katarina Devon could just transform into Sanji, and then receive all of the baking knowledge and cooking knowledge that Sanji has. Now, we don't know. That's headcanon stuff right there. We just don't know. But I feel like since she has a mythical zone, her powers would be stronger than just the regular Mane Mane no Mi. I don't know. What do you guys think with this? This is so dorky. Time to get drunk. It's New Year's Eve, so if you want to start pre-gaming now, go for it. Given that every woman in One Piece looks better than her, she'd basically kill half her customers. Jesus. Why are there two Shiryus? Because they're brothers. They're twin brothers. Shiryu had a twin brother this whole time. We just never knew about it, okay? Let's see. Knowledge does equate to skill. I mean, it does. I would say, yeah. So she can turn into an adorable mascot fox. Yeah, I mean, I guess she could just turn into the fox, that too. Every Naruto fan in the city would go eat at her establishment. It would be called, Naruto's nine-tailed Kurama's. I don't know. I'm not great with the names. She would win off pure hacks. Yeah, I feel like if we're going to go along with the logic that she might be able to copy their skill, she would have to be all the way. I mean, she would lose points for being, a serial killer and all that. So maybe really good. Yeah, I mean, like, really good or, like, amazing. Like, imagine going to a bakery with the skills of Sanji, but at the same time, you might die. If you're a beautiful woman, that is. So, I mean, like, just keep that in mind there, I suppose. Yeah, this is hype. Naruto's Karamen. Karamen, I like that because Karama and ramen, that's cool. But there's no ramen because it's a bakery. Yeah. Yeah, so I'll just put her there for right now. The killing aspect is an issue, but okay. Charlos. Charlos is next. I will make a bakery. All right, so the entire bakery would be like he would hire slaves to run the bakery, like straight up. I mean, he's a Tenryubito. He would do nothing. He would do absolutely nothing. He would build a giant mansion that would, like, that's the bakery storefront would be a mansion. And then he would be living in the penthouse suites, drinking wine out of a golden goblet and having the baked goods delivered to him on a silver platter. And he would have someone feed them to him, and he would be like, Daddy, I'm the greatest baker ever, yay! But everybody else in the bowels of this place would be a slave. And until Dragon showed up with the revolution and freed everybody, yeah, I'm gonna put this in a garbage. Well, see, that's the thing. Yeah, Charlos himself, garbage tier, because it would be running on slave labor, okay? The food would be good, which is the only thing keeping him out of Unholy, but eventually Dragon, I think, would show up and bust the place up, and, yeah. Below Unholy, like, maybe if there was a category below Unholy. But the food itself would be good. Make a new tier for Charlos. Can I just make a new tier on the fly? Hold on, let me see if I can, actually. I don't know. I think it's too much of a trouble to make a new tier. Yeah, Unholy maybe I think would be better, actually, yeah. Make a Charlos tier. Yeah, I think Unholy would be that, yeah, because it would be... when did slavery become not unholy? Yeah, you got a good point. Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, just like, he's like, oh, I make the bakery. It's awesome. Everyone has the crawlers and the pies. And, like, the people out front are like, here's your pie, sir. And it's just like, are you okay? Blink twice if you're being held here against your will. I'm like, what are you talking about, sir? What are you talking about? I'm here of my own free will. I love this place. Have this delicious pie. And you're eating the pie. And the pie does taste amazing. But in the pie, there's, like, a piece of paper that's just, like, old folded up. And it's just like, please help me. Like, yeah, that's fair. Unholy plus. All right, let's see if we can make a new tier. Hold on a minute. Let me close out this really quick and just go into edit and see what I can do here. All right. Default row, show extra rows. Oh, I can make a new row. Okay. Let's see. Unholy minus. Someone said unholy plus. It would be unholy minus. Or maybe that's just the Charlos tier. Yeah, let's go with unholy minus. Unholy minus. All right. 2 minuses on that one. All right, let me see if that updates it. Hope this doesn't crash the whole damn program. Oh, it didn't add to it. Oh, that's so... Why didn't it add? Hold on. Okay, let me try that again. Hold on. Hide. Okay, I want to make an extra row. Oh, hide extra... No, there's the extra row. Submit. Fortune cookies! Where is the extra... For some reason, the tier is not showing up. It's on the edit program, but for some reason, it's not showing up on the actual tier list. Okay, that's fine. You know what? That's okay. No, I don't want Adobe. We'll just put Charlos. Tell you what, we'll put Charlos way at the end here. We'll put Charlos way at the very bottom of Unholy. There you go. Unholy S+. There we go. Just call it Cursed. Yeah. All right, who's next? We got Lola. Lola would have a really... This is the first person on here that I think is not debatable. She would have a really solid bakery. She used to be the minister of Cacao Island. She used to be the chocolate town minister before pudding was. So she would make the most delicious chocolate, like double-decker chocolate cake than you could possibly ever imagine. So I'm putting her actually all the way up in the best category. Honestly, like, she deserves to be up there. I mean, don't really take too much stock in the placement of a lot of these characters in their own tier, except for Stroizen in the best and Charlos at the worst. That's actually a good metric. We have Stroizen way up here And then we have all the way down at the opposite spectrum, we have Charlos. So there we go. That's good. If you walk in as a couple on a Tuesday, you get half off. Yeah, I mean, she would ask like every person that comes in, like every dude that comes in to marry her. But it's more of like a greeting as it is like a serious offer. You know what I mean? So yeah, and if you come in like as a married couple, oh my God, she would be the one that would be at your table and would be like, oh my God, you guys are adorable together. Oh my God, have a free cake. Have some free cupcakes. Oh my God, are you getting married? Do you have anybody to cater your wedding? I'll do it for half off just because of how adorable you are. You know, like that's the kind of person Lola would be, and she would run a really solid bakery. I'm actually going to put her up here next to Stroyzen. The reason Boa is this high up, by the way, is because she would make like the best wedding cake ever, simply because she would always want to make the best wedding cake for her own wedding for Luffy. So that's the idea there. The explanations are obviously given in the other episode. She's married now, though. Yes, she is. She got married to Gotti of the Fire Tank Pirates. But so I guess it would be a mafia establishment. It would be like one big mafia family. We got Chiffon and Beiji, and we got Lola and Gotti, and they're all working. So I guess she would basically, that is something else. People have said that I ranked Beiji too low because he is a mafioso, but the mafia has like the best of the best. The mafia, like the Don of the family, doesn't want to eat shit food, so he's going to hire the best baker in the entire city and cut him in on the take, because he's going to want to eat the best of the best food, right? So people have been saying that, like, yeah, Beiji should not be as low as he is, and I agree with you there, because Beiji would hire the best of the best. Lola would be there. Chiffon would be there. Gotti would be there. It would be the best family-run, mafia-led bakery in the entire city. You know what I mean? There it is. Wait, Lola got married? Yes, she did. Go and read the cover story. Beiji's Oh My Family. She gets married there. It was a lovely ceremony. I was invited. It was a great time. Fun thing is, actually, this time last year, on New Year's Eve last year, I was actually at a wedding. I was at my one of my best friend Chris's wedding. I was the best man there, and it was fun. It was a fun time. It was a fun wedding. We were actually probably taking pictures this time last year. Can't believe that. I can't believe that's been a year already. Time flies fast. I can't believe that's been that long ago. I can remember that like it was like last week. Crazy. Oh, God, I'm getting old. Gonna be 30 this year, guys. Gonna be 30 in 2023. Yeah, Tekking and O'Hara were on the cover. Yeah, we were. We were there. We got invited to the wedding. It was a lovely ceremony. The cake was to die for. I wouldn't have missed that for the world. But anyway, okay, who's next? That was an easy one. Okay. Oh, Doc Q. Okay, I feel like Doc Q would be in the same kind of vein as Magellan, where he's going to be worse than Magellan, because where Magellan would genuinely try to make the best bakery ever, he would just fail because everything would end up poisonous by accident. Doc Q would be legitimately trying to kill you. He also has bombs in his apples, so he would bake you and it would be like the pie from SpongeBob. It would be like, no, these aren't pies. They're bombs. They were made in a bomb factory. They're bombs. And so, yeah, that would be the kind of pies that Doc Q would make. And if he wasn't making pies that caused you to explode, he'd be making you pies that would give you some horrible chronic illness that would kill you. Like, he would bake you like a tuberculosis pie. You know, he would bake you a cancer pie, like legitimately, all right? Yeah. Also, I guess there's some of the tarts that could turn you into a woman. So, yeah, I mean, I guess not every disease would kill you. And for some people that would be beneficial. But the fact that, like, okay, you could go and order the, sex flip tart or the apple pie, but the apple pie will kill you. I feel like the risk there is really high. Like, you don't know. And he might just mess with you too, right? He might just be like, yes, here is a pie that will allow you to change your sex. And it's actually a pie that kills you. Yeah, I can see Doc Q pulling that shit. You know what I mean? No, really, it would be great, but I feel like there's too much danger here. You know what I mean? Like, there's anything in this store that could kill you. Yes. The pies the FDA would have a field day with. Yeah. Would you like some salmonella? Yeah, he would bake you a salmonella pie. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, man. A full stomach for the rest of your life. Yeah, that would be the tagline. That would be the tagline. The full stomach for the rest of your life, which won't be very long. Yeah, but no, yeah, if you're trans, then, you know, you would go in there and you'd see it on the menu, but then everything else would kill you. So I gotta put him down in the same category as the poison guy, Magellan, and Mr. Five. I'll put Doc Q, like, higher up there because, like, in terms of, like, making stuff that will actively try to kill you, Doc Q would be doing that. Magellan and Mr. Five, it's more of, like, just accidental. I don't know why Chondro is there by that logic. Let's put Chondro higher up. Let's put... Oh, wait, no. Wait. Is it higher, worst, or lower? No, Charlos is at the end, so Charlos is the worst. Okay, let's reorganize the unholy. I can't make another category for whatever reason. It's not letting me. So let's put Charlos at the very bottom. Let's put Caesar after Charlos. Hogback probably after Caesar. Then Queen. Then Conjuro. Then Eneru. And then... Okay, Doc Q. Okay, Doc Q by that logic would probably go, like, right here. Like, in between Caesar and Hogback. Because I feel like these three right here are the worst of the worst. Charlos is worse just because he's Charlos. Caesar and Doc Q would be actively making things that would kill... Hogback as well. Hogback, Caesar, and Doc Q would all be making stuff that would be actively trying to kill you. Queen would be doing it to test out new viruses, so Queen would be trying to kill you as well. Conjuro would probably not be trying to kill you. Eneru would just be like, I have these great pies, try my pie. And if you just say no, then he'll, like, electrocute you. And then, you know, Mr. Five and Magellan up here are, like, genuinely trying their best, but it's just not going to... They might still actually end up killing you. Let's see. He's moving really fast back and forth. Yeah, I know, right? Trying to figure... I mean, this is the final episode. Why is there two Shiryus? Because he has twins. Okay, who's next? Oh, Doll! Doll is next. All right, Doll. New character introduced this year in One Piece. So, Doll's Bakery... I mean, like, where did I put Domino? Is Domino on here? Because Domino would have, like, the BDSM sex dungeon-themed bakery, and I feel like Doll would basically be in that same vein. I don't think I put Domino on here. Yeah, okay. So, let's say you're into some rough stuff and, you know, you're walking through the city and you see, like, a club. It's like, you know, Doll's Dungeon or something like that. And you go down and it's like really intense music. Is like, and, you know, everyone's wearing leather and, you know, spiked collars and handcuffs. And it's very, very kinky. But amazing food, like really good food while you're down there. Yeah, you know, my favorite kind of bakery. I feel like that would gain some points, you know, even if the baked goods aren't that good, if they were just stuff that they bought at the local store, like it was store-bought kind of stuff they just sold there at the BDSM Dungeon Bakery. I still feel, yeah, Doll would work with Domino. Names are hard. Yeah, I feel like Dolls would be really good. I kind of want to put Doll in the really good category. I feel like that's where I ended up putting most of the characters. You know, I guess really good and good are tied right now. But yeah, it would have a little bit of that edge to it, if you know what I mean. BDSM, baked goods, desserts, sweets, and treats. That's good. Desserts, sweets, and well, what's the M stand for then? Baked goods, desserts, sweets. What does the M stand for in that regard? I don't know. I don't know. Meringue and meringue pies. I don't know. Okay, what's up? Corazone's up next. Okay, Corazone's on deck. All right, so Corazone, I've talked about this before, but when I worked at Dollar Tree, one day me and my boss were hanging out, and we were talking about like businesses that we would open, like what would be like the ideal business to run, and we landed on this business called the Quiet Corner, which was basically just a place that because it's so loud in Dollar Tree, the customers are annoying. What if there was a place you could just go into that was quiet and relaxing? And I think I even brought this up with Robin's Bakery would have something similar, but it's just a nice relaxing place where you can sit down in a nice comfy like couch or chair with a fireplace, and you could just like read a book and just enjoy like a croissant or some tea or some coffee, something like that. M is for muffins. How could I forget that? So baked goods, desserts, sweets, and muffins. That's the name of Doll's Bakery. BDSM. There we go. It would be like a library, but it's more relaxing than that. Like libraries are kind of just, I don't know. I haven't been into that many libraries recently, but most libraries I've been in are kind of just like, you go in and get a book and you sit down at a wooden table and you just read the book. This would be like catered to being relaxing, like a cafe. So, it would be, that's great. It would be called Silent Library. Good job. Anybody remember Silent Library? That was what I watched pretty much every day when I was in college. I remember in college we had a lounge, and that was always on TV because everyone always had it changed to like Comedy Central or Spike. I think it was on Spike. So everybody was sitting there watching Silent Library. Those were good times. Those were good times. I get out of like class and go in and sit down and watch Silent Library. I can't believe I'm 30 minutes late to a bakery stream. Well, don't worry, you're here now. So, Corazon would have a silent bakery, a silent library, and I think it would be pretty good. I think it'd be fairly relaxing. You just sit there and just order your food. Nobody can talk and nobody can annoy you. You can read your book. The whole building could be burning down. Like the whole city could be being destroyed by the apocalypse, and you just would not know. Very relaxing. Actually, it might, you know what? I really value quiet. You don't understand. I really value silence and just peace and calm. You know what I mean? So it might be amazing. It might be amazing. You can literally just tune out the rest of the world and just go in here and just relax. Okay? And plot twist, all of the food is super crunchy, but you wouldn't be able to tell. It's the crunchiest cookie ever, but you wouldn't be able to feel it. You would be able to feel it. You'd be able to feel the vibrations, I guess, but you wouldn't be able to actually hear the crunch. Yeah. And also, have you ever been into a place where people just eat and they chew just really loudly, just like... You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about some disgusting guy in the next table, like, drooling over. Like, oh, my God. So many good donuts. You don't have to worry about any of that bullshit. You're just in your own little area, completely quiet. I think it deserves amazing. I think Corazon's Bakery deserves amazing. Until he gets shot by his brother. But, until then, great bakery. Fantastic bakery. Donuts. Yeah, Katakuri's in the next booth over, just devouring an entire plate of donuts. But you would never know. Roger in the same category as Luffy. Yeah, Roger might be king of the pirates. I don't think he'd be the best baker. You know what I mean? Like the same thing with Luffy being in the garbage tier. Have you seen Luffy trying to cook? I don't think his baked goods would be any better than Luffy's, really. I'll put him maybe one rung higher because you have the appeal of it being cooked by the king of the pirates. So if you hear that, like, the king of the pirates, he did it! He finally did it! He opened a bakery over on Sunset Drive or whatever. Like, oh my God. You would go down there just to see, like, it would be a celebrity bakery. You would go down there to see the celebrity. I'm like, okay, pick a random celebrity that has nothing to do with baking. Pick just any celebrity. I don't know. Okay, I don't know why this is the first celebrity that popped in my head, but Snoop Dogg. Okay? Imagine if Snoop Dogg opened a bakery. Snoop Dogg is not known for his bakery prowess, but you would go down there just to, holy shit, I could just go down and meet Snoop Dogg, and you just go down to the bakery, and he's there behind the counter. he's there smoking and he's making some, like, yeah, hey, here's some cookies. You know, even if the cookies taste like shit, it's like, cool, I got to eat Snoop Dogg's chocolate chip cookies today. Whoa, man. You know what I mean? Wait. Does Snoop Dogg actually have a cookbook? Wait a second. Does Snoop Dogg really have a cookbook? Oh my God. All right. Then this works. Okay, that was not the best example there. Okay, I don't know. I did not know Snoop Dogg had a cookbook. I apologize. All right, we'll put Snoop Dogg in the amazing category. We'll put Snoop Dogg right next to Kizaru in that category. All right. Cool. Great. I didn't know that. I did not know. I kind of want to buy Snoop Dogg's cookbook. Somebody link me to Snoop Dogg's cookbook. I don't smoke personally. I imagine some weed brownies would be in there. I don't personally, but I have a lot of friends that might enjoy that as a gift. So, you know what I mean? That's awesome that Snoop Dogg has a cookbook. That is awesome. He'd be making brownies and you know why. Yeah, that's true. He's like, what are you talking about, Technic? Snoop Dogg has a great baker. He does have a bakery. Oh, would Roger's Bakery be called the Oreo Jackson? Yes, exactly. It would be called the Oreo Jackson. Yeah. So I'm going to put him one rung higher. I feel like you would go there just to see Roger and he would shake your hand and sign an autograph, but the baked goods would just be, like, he would just be selling Oreos. He'd be like, yeah, hi, hello there, how you doing there, matey? I be Goldie Roger, king of the pirates. Oh my God, I'm your biggest fan. What's the One Piece? Well, you know, I can't tell the secret, but here you go. All right, next in line, here's a bag of Oreos. You know what I mean? That would be Roger's Bakery. Yeah, that'd be Roger. The Oreo Jackson. I love that. Let's see here. Let's see. What's up with next? Oh, Hiralook. Yeah, I have Hiralook and Kureha on here. I'm sorry, Hiralook. I actually kind of want to put Hiralook in the unholy category. He's kind of in the same vein as Magellan and Mr. 5, where he would try to help you. He would try to make something that would be like medicinal, like medicinal pastries or whatever, but they might end up killing you. You know, I mean, maybe in garbage tier, because that's kind of the same thing with, like, okay. Here's a legitimate question. Has Hiralook ever killed someone? Do you think in all of the medical malpractice that is Dr. Richard Hiralook, has he ever actually killed anyone? Because if you think he hasn't, I'll put him in garbage tier, ironically where Wapple is. But if he's killed anybody with his medical science by accident, he would be in the same category as Magellan and Mr. 5. Okay, that's not fair. All right, yes, he blew himself up, but that's not what we're talking about right now, okay? I think he did lose some of his patience. It's a coin flip, to be honest with you. All right, it's a coin flip. All right, we'll do that then. It's a coin flip of whether or not some of his patients actually died. Because, you know, we never actually saw him, like, with a patient that he killed, but at the same time, he's been doing that kind of stuff on Drum Island for years. I feel like at some point, maybe somebody didn't make it. No, he just turned people into frogs. Yeah, that one time he turned somebody into a frog. Chopper would have mentioned that. Maybe he killed someone before he met Chopper. They died, but they came back. Oh, God. All right. Just for the sake of giving him the benefit of the doubt, I'll move him up to the garbage tier. Maybe he didn't actually... Okay, his food won't kill you. It'll just make you really sick, or it'll give you some weird after effect, like turning you into a frog, but you will recover. Kureha will show up with the actual medicine, and she'll heal you. All right, so, in fact, that might have actually been what happened on Drum Island. Hiralook goes around town, experiments on everybody, makes them horribly sick, but before they can actually die, Kureha actually heals them. That might actually have been the way it worked, okay? So I'll put him in the garbage tier, kind of in the same thing with Luffy and Weevil and everybody, and the Shiryu brothers. The Shiryu brothers. Why is Shiryu on the list twice? He has a twin brother. We don't know. This is canon material, ladies and gentlemen. This is canon, all right? Nah, he hasn't killed anybody. He just gives them deformities. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Isn't Hiraluk the only reason Kureha has a job? I mean, pretty much, yeah. Yeah. All right. Who's up next? Next up is Eam-sama. All right. Now, we don't know a lot about Eam. We don't know really anything about Eam, honestly. But can you really say that, yeah, Eam might have subjugated the entire world government, and you could argue that every single sin, every single crime that the world government has ever committed is directly, Eam's fault, and Eam should take immediate responsibility for every horrible thing, every Tenryubito, every decision the Gorosei made, every decision the Marines make. It all kind of comes back to Eam eventually. But I think Eam would make a really solid strawberry cake. I just feel like Eam's got the strawberry, like the best ingredients. So I'm going to put Eam all the way up in unholy category. I feel like Eam would even be, okay, who's worse? Who's worse here? But yeah, also Eam would wipe out all the competitors, so there's nobody to really challenge anymore. So Eam would kind of be in the same area as Eneru, where if you don't eat Eneru's pastries, Eneru will just nuke you from orbit. Kind of the same thing with Eam. Eam would just go further with it. Eam would just annihilate all life on the planet until there's just one bakery, and it's Eam's bakery. Yeah. Charlos is worse. Yeah. Honestly, I mean, we don't know that much about Eam's personality. Eam might be the single most evil son of a bitch in all of One Piece, like, honestly. And it seems likely. But, we don't know yet. So I'll put Eam higher up in Unholy than Charlos, I guess. Now you don't exist. He has the secret recipe. Yeah, he has the secret Krabby Patty formula. That's Eam-sama. Okay, who's next? Django is next. Django, I feel, would make a pretty solid bakery just because he would hypnotize everybody into loving his baked goods. Django actually might be in, like, the best category. I think you could make a legitimate argument for that. Because Django would just be like, you'd walk into his bakery and he'd be like, "Hey there, man, how you doing today?" I'd be like, "I'm doing really good. I'm looking for some muffins." "Yeah, I got some muffins right here, fresh out of the oven." Be like, "Those muffins look pretty old." He's like, "Nah, they're fine, baby." And it's like, "Here you go." And it's like, 1, 2, Django. Be like, "Whoa, they're the greatest muffins of my life. Holy shit, these are incredible." Yeah. I think that's fair. Hey, look, Miss Golden Week is in here because she can just use her hypnotic abilities with her colors trap to make you love every single baked good in there. Django has the same kind of ability. He'll just make himself also think that he runs the greatest bakery in the world. Also, have you seen Django's Dance Dance Paradise? Dude has got moves. Okay, so it would be like this. You'd walk in, it'd be like a 70s discotheque. It would have like the mirror ball, the disco ball, and it'd be like, "Do you remember the very first day of September?" You just be like Friday Night Fever every single night, like Friday Night Fever, Friday Night Lights, or Saturday Night Lights, or whatever the hell the name of the movie was. It's like there. Travolta stops by every once in a while. You know what I mean? Like, his bakery would actually be not that bad. You would just, disco would never die in Django's bakery. Oh, God. Oh, please turn on the Super Chats. Hey, thanks for reminding me because I had no idea I did not have Super Chats turned on. That was kind of important. I've only been streaming for how long now? An hour? Yeah, 49 minutes. Okay, yeah, good enough. All right, hold on a second. Let me go turn that on. I turned them off because the last stream I did was the charity stream. Oh, my God, that's funny. That's funny. Oh, my God. All right, I'm turning all the Super Chats on. God, I'm a moron for not doing that. All right. Here we go. Okay. Super Chats. Everything super's on. Refresh if you don't see the icon. All right, all right, all right. Back to it. All right, so I think Django having the best bakery ever, I think that's fair. I think that's fair. Um, what am I watching on New Year's? You're watching bakeries. Let's see. The most toxic-ish in anime review content creation history, the tier lists. I don't know. I feel like this is the best tier list of all tier lists, to be honest with you. People's bakeries will never die. I'll just get a moment here just to kind of read some of the chat. Yeah. Y2 Shiryu's. He's got a twin. Don't know what to tell you. The Great Grand Line Bake Off. Is it all cooking or just baking? It's the ability to run a successful bakery and all of the things therein, like treatment of your employees, interior decorating, treatment of the customers, all that kind of stuff goes into it. Let's see here. Thanks, Teching, for being a Chad. Oh, of course, always. All right, what's next? We got Burgess. Jesus Burgess. So Burgess has this like Mexican luchador sort of aesthetic going on. So I feel like you'd walk into his bakery. First of all, the Mucha Lucha theme song would be playing in the background whenever you walk into his bakery. Mucha Lucha! Mucha Lucha! Mucha Lucha! It's a buena time! Mucha Lucha! You know, that would be constantly playing in the background. He would have a bunch of different pictures of like his fights, like his luchador fighting career would be on the wall, you know, so it'd be like a sports bar bakery. It would be a sport bakery kind of thing. It would be a Mexican luchador themed bakery. And I feel like there's an aesthetic there that would definitely appeal. I would definitely go eat at a Mexican luchador themed bakery, like 100%, okay? He would decorate his pie with holy water. Yeah, there also might be like a religious bent to it, you know? Like he would sell like, I don't know, crosses or rosaries up there. I don't know, holy water or something. I don't know. Mucha Lucha. Mucha Lucha. Yeah. He'd change his laugh to, instead of wee ha ha ha, it would be wheat ha ha ha. Yeah, that's a good one. He had like a WWE Mexican luchador kind of aesthetic. Is there any because I don't watch wrestling, not really. Is there any wrestler in the WWE that has like the Mexican luchador thing going on, like the masked wrestler? Is that like a character for anybody's like face or heel or anything like that? I don't know that much about wrestling. I've never been to a WWE show. My day is on the same day of the year as Goldie Roger and Keisuke Uehara. Happy birthday. Rey Mysterio. That's okay. I've heard of Rey Mysterio. I've never seen Rey Mysterio wrestle, but I've heard the name Rey Mysterio before. He's pretty famous, isn't he? Like Rey Mysterio. Yeah. Somebody like me that's completely like illiterate when it comes to wrestling stuff and lingo. I've even heard of like him. The wrestlers I've heard of. Okay, I'm trying to think WWE here. Wrestlers I've heard of like John Cena, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, Rey Mysterio, Jake the Snake, Seth Rollins. Casey and Zach, I don't know if they still are way into wrestling, but back when they first started dating, I remember like they were way into wrestling. And Casey was like in love with like Seth Rollins or whoever his name was. And they went to a few shows, I think. And so she told me about that. The Rock. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Although I did not actually know that Dwayne The Rock Johnson was a wrestler. I didn't find that out until way later. I only found him out from his movie career. I didn't even know he was a wrestler until like a couple years back because I just don't watch wrestling. Yeah, Triple H. I've heard of Triple H. Seth freaking Rollins, Rey Mysterio, John Cena. Macho Man Randy Savage. I've heard of Randy Savage. Yeah. Hulk Hogan, of course. I think Hulk Hogan is like the standard. But that would basically be like Jesus Burgess's bakery. He would have like, he's like, oh wait, let me tell you the time I wrestled the Undertaker, you know, like that would be the kind of shit, right? So I think there's some merit there. I'm going to put him into really good, category. Actually, I might bump him even up higher. I'm going to put him in the amazing category. Yeah, let's do it in the amazing. He would have a charm to his bakery. He definitely would. Kobe's Bakery. Kobe, like, I don't know, man. I feel like Kobe, my first instinct for Kobe is just straight good. Just like average, run of the mill, kind of like he wouldn't do a bad job. He wouldn't do an amazing job. You know, he's never really been shown to, like, he doesn't really have anything about him that would make it like, he's not going to have the wrestling themed bakery. He's not going to have the BDSM dungeon themed bakery. You know what I mean? It's just going to be like a by the book, average, plain Jane kind of bakery. Like, that's going to be Kobe's Bakery, which is fine. It's just, I don't think he has that X factor. You know, he doesn't have the thing that really makes it like a super unique bakery. It's just a good bakery. Yeah. I mean, he would be super nice to his employees. Great stand-up dude. But I can't just imagine he's never ran a bakery before, you know? Yeah. He would be dedicated. I'll put him in really good. Because he is extraordinarily... Okay, but if we're doing really good, I'm bumping Doll up to amazing because they have, like, the theme bakeries here, okay? Kobe's Bakery, he wouldn't really have a theme, but it would be a dedicated bakery, okay? Yeah, it would be an average bakery, but, like, he would be there first thing in the morning to open up, to make all the dough, and he'd be the last person to leave every single day. And at the end of the day, the baked goods really aren't that incredible, but you'd see that guy's like, man, that's the owner of this place. The owner's here every single day. He works his ass off for this place. He makes sure that each of his employees are taken care of. If they have to take medical leave or whatever, he is there covering 3 shifts at the same time. This man is dedicated. His pie is kind of but you know what? He's dedicated. That place would be squeaky clean. It would be. Where is Perona on here? Perona is up here in the amazing category. I think Perona's Bakery would be pretty good. Would be amazing, actually, because it's in the amazing category. All right. Who's next? Odin. Kozuki Odin's Bakery. I'm getting a phone call from my mom, but I will take that later. Okay, so let's see here. Odin. Odin's Bakery. Now, I could see this going a few different ways. I could see Odin being like, you know, I'll run this bakery however I feel like it. Like he just had, you know, udon on the grave of his former friend, you know, Katsuzo or whatever his name was. Boiled snacks. He would be very boiled. Odin would be amazing. Odin will be amazing. I was born to bake. He would do a really cool show. Like, he would do, like, the whole, like, dance number thing I mean, the dance numbers alone, but he would be dancing. Oh, my God. Okay. Picture this. Picture Odin outside of his bakery, naked, with, like, a sign that says, like, eat at Odin's Bakery, and he'd be like, hello there, everybody, you know, like, that would be how he, like, advertises the bakery. But he would only sell Odin. Yeah, he would be kind of like... Answer your mother. I talked to her earlier today. I talked to her like 2 hours ago. I'll call her back after she's done. I told her happy birthday and all that. She has a little bit of a mouse problem right now, actually. She's been having a lot of mice in her house, and so she had to buy some traps earlier today. Let's see here. Dancing with pizza dough. Dancing with the dough is like, oh, yes, come on in, and... Maybe he's, like, naked or, like, almost naked, so, like, the mothers with their children would be walking by the bakery and be like, Mommy, what's that man doing? Okay, just shut your eyes. Don't look. Don't stare. Come on, let's just go. Let's just walk by. You know, it might be some situation like that. Yeah. I can't imagine... I can't imagine... Remember the girl from Logtown who battled Sanji? Oh, that was Carmen. Yeah, she's not on this list, though, because she's non-canon. Let's see. I feel like Odin would go in I feel like there'd be a decent amount of presentation to it. Little weird with the dance numbers and all that. The treats you're eating were the baked goods over the fire of a dead body. Yeah, I mean, like, Odin feels like the kind of guy that would disregard a lot of, like, rules for running a bakery because he kind of does his own thing. You know, that's like Odin's whole vibe. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I'm not going to see y'all, so good. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's, Eric. Could you maybe toggle on the timestamps in the hamburger? 3 dots menu for the chat. What do you mean timestamps? I don't toggle timestamps? Oh, okay. I guess. There you go. Okay, cool. I didn't even know that was a feature. All right, there it is. Magic. Okay, that's Odin. Toki. Okay, so Toki's Bakery. Let's see. We have a time traveling element here. You know what? Actually, Toki's Bakery, in theory, would be the best service you could ever imagine because she could just time travel into the future when you already have the baked goods. Hell, she could time travel. Like, you could walk in and order food, and then she could time travel you into the future when you've already eaten the food. Or no, wait, no, only she can... Wait, she could time travel you into the future, but you would still have not eaten the food. Okay. Oh, no, wait. No. Okay. This is how she could do it. You walk in, you place your order. Like, I would like, 36 brownies for my birthday party today or whatever. And then she would be like, okay, it'll be ready in 2 hours or 2 seconds. And then she would just send you into the future, and you would just arrive 2 hours in the future when your brownies are already ready to go. That's how she could do it. Yeah, send you to the future when it's ready. She stays in the present to make the food, and she sends you into the future. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, the food would never go old either. Well, I mean, it would be the freshest it could be when she gives it to you. Yeah. Yeah, we could do that. God tier caterer. Yeah, I don't know for like short orders and stuff, it would be that big of a deal, but for like big giant orders, that would be amazing. You know what I mean? Is pizza a baked good? It involves dough. Like, if you ordered a pizza, it's like, oh, I'd like to order 6 extra large pizzas. Like, all right, and then she just snaps her fingers and just sends you into the future. Here you go, 6 extra large pizzas. Have fun. All right, cool. I'm going to go deliver it to this guy in Romania. I'll be right back. And I'm sorry, I had to. It's topical. I had to. And yeah. So pizza is pizza a pastry or not? Yeah. Yes. No. I don't know. Nah, because the cheese and sauce aren't really baked. Yeah. So if you add cheese and sauce to a crumpet, does it no longer be a crumpet? There it is. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Pizza's not a bakery. Okay. It was a pie, though. It was a pie. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'm going to put Toki in really good. I don't know if it would make it amazing, but just the fact you would not have to wait for anything. Really good category. Really solid category. Okay. What's next? We have Kureha. Okay. Kureha, let's see. I feel like just inherently with all the knowledge that Kureha has with medical science and the fact that she's lived so long, she would be able to make some really good baked goods. You know what I mean? Like, she's lived 140 years. She's had to have picked up some baking skills in that intermediate. You know what I mean? Like, just by the virtue of the fact she's lived so long. She had to maybe go through a period in, like, her 70s where she just decided to bake a bunch of stuff, and now she's really good at it, you know? Yeah, a pretzel is definitely a baked good, and it's not sweet, so you don't have to have sweet baked goods. Yeah, Kureha's service would be horrible, though. I mean, if you call her an old lady, she'd be chasing you around with giant axes and try to murder you. Yeah. And also, she would charge, kind of like in the same vein as Nami, she would charge a lot. She would give you, like, if you had the flu, she would make you the best cake ever that would cure the flu, but also she would take all the crap out of your house as payment. I feel like that would be in the same kind of vibe as Nami, where Nami would just charge everything. You know, she'd be like giving you really decent, like an orange pie or something, like some kind of orange tarts, but also would charge you a lot of money. Her baked goods might have alcohol in it. I mean, she might do that baked Alaska stuff, right? Like where you just pour the alcohol and then you light it on fire. Like that's actually that's a legitimate kind of baked good. Teching is a G for doing this stream. Thank you. Why are there 2 Shiryus? Chat, why are there 2 Shiryus? There we go. Let's see. My mom texted me. Okay. Oh my God, she already was. Okay, I'll call my mother. You know what? I'm going to call my mother on this New Year's stream. I'm going to call my mom back. Okay. Calling my mom. Trying to figure out what, where does Orochi go in the meantime? Happy New Year. You already said that earlier, but Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yeah, I'll be fine. I know there's a lot of drunk drivers out. I'm doing a stream right now. I'm ranking One Piece characters based off of their baking skills. Oh, thank you. She's writing my Christmas card out, everybody. Isn't that nice? She's nice. Thank you, Mom. Aw. That's nice. Oh, what? The one about the tree, or... Oh, that's fine. Oh, they have to did you say hand bake it or hand make it? Hand make it. Oh, while I'm in the middle of a stream, hold on a second. I'm going to put you on speakerphone, okay? Okay. What did you call my friend Daniel Rustage yesterday?
Daniel Ruskin.
Yeah, Daniel Ruskin. There you go. That was just I wanted that to be like recorded. That was funny. Okay. Ruskin, yeah. Anyway, thank you, though. Thank you for that. Okay. I probably want it, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, but sure. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. It's whatever. All right. All right, Mom. You're wrapping presents. Okay. Yeah, you know, I want a bigger tree. It's kind of tiny. My mom put up a tree in her living room, but it's like a 2-foot tree, and it's like this really tiny tree in the corner. It's on my phone. I'd have to get it off, but like, yeah, it's like a tiny little tree. But I could get you, yeah. Yeah, I that's the tree I used for one of the charity drives like 2 years ago, and I left it there. But yeah, I could get you like a decently sized Christmas tree. All right, you're happy with it's like a little Charlie Brown tree. It's actually really kind of funny. Sure, I guess that's all that matters. All right. I'll be careful tonight. Okay. Love you, Mom. All right, bye. Happy New Year. Okay. So that's my mom. I'm going to a New Year's party tonight, so she just want to wish me to be safe, even though I don't drink, but other people do. So your height, yeah, it's like a 2-foot high tree, but she put like the tree skirt around it that's for like a much bigger tree. So it just looks like this tiny little tree in the corner surrounded by like this giant tree skirt. It just looks really funny. But yeah, it's like Charlie Brown's Christmas tree kind of. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, that's my mom. And yeah. Okay. Anyway, where's Lord Orochi going to go? I have to bust out the Orochi voice for this one. I am Lord Orochi. I can make the delicious crumpets. You know, I don't think Orochi would make really good crumpets. Orochi doesn't do anything for himself. You know what? Fuck it. Orochi's going up here next to Charlos. You know what I mean? Charlos is worse, but like Orochi is not much better, okay? Like I feel like honestly Charlos and Orochi could get together as like drinking buddies and it would be perfectly fine. You know what I mean? Yeah, unholy. Put him in unholy. Absolutely. Okay. Just for the smile fruits alone. You know what I mean? Like two of the scummiest characters in all of One Piece. We got Orochi and we got Caesar and we got Charlos, or three of the worst. There you go. Yeah, Orochi has 8 heads to work 8 times as fast. He's still horrible. He could take 8 orders at once. Yeah, but he wouldn't work because he's Orochi. He doesn't want to work. He would just be the same thing with Charlos. He would just have slaves do it for him. That's exactly what he would do. This is history in the making right here. Absolutely. Okay. So, who's next? Oh, we have Aokiji. Yeah, for some reason, I don't have Aokiji on here. At least I don't think I do. Do I not have Aokiji on here? I feel like I should have Aokiji on here. I don't think I do. I think I forgot to include Aokiji on this list. Jabra, Daz Bones, Shiryu. Huh. Okay. Well, I guess he's not. All right. Aokiji. What's a really good chilled pastry? A pastry that you eat cold? Is that a thing? Like ice cream? But ice cream, you wouldn't really... Would you go to a bakery to get ice cream? It's a bakery. You bake it. So, ice cream really wouldn't be at a bakery. You go more to like the candy shops or an ice cream parlor for that. I mean, maybe he would make a really good iced latte. How about that? Like, you go to the bakery to get like a croissant or something, but then you get a really good iced mocha latte. That's something that his would make the best iced mocha, because he'd make his own shaved ice like right there and put the ice in that would taste really good. He would make a good baked Alaska. Baked Alaska, I don't think involves actually anything cold. I think it just involves lighting alcohol on fire. The filling inside of a donut is cold, so that would be good. But I think the lattes and stuff, I think, is what the direction we would go with. Yeah. Iced cakes do exist. Yeah, I mean, I've definitely had cake. I mean, you get cake right out of the oven. It's nice and warm. That's good. But if you eat cake like right out of the fridge, nice and cold, that actually sometimes tastes better. You know what I mean? I'm actually kind of craving some of my mom's. She had this really good Oreo cake that she made, and she gave me a slice, and I would just eat it straight out of the oven. Not out of the fridge. I would just take it out of the fridge and just eat it. I wouldn't even bother. I mean, you could warm it up in the microwave, and it would melt a little bit, and oh my God, it would be good then, but like it's fine just out of the fridge. So yeah. Lemon bars are served chilled. I made these peanut butter chocolate like bars called Hollywood Squares recently, and those were chilled, and those were really good. So you can do a lot of stuff with the fridge and chilling baked goods and stuff. I feel like I'm gonna put him in. I feel like I'm gonna put Aokiji in really good category. Yeah, I think I'll put him in there. Who's next? Lafitte. Okay, so Lafitte is a mime, and he's basically a corrupt police officer. Is essentially Lafitte's backstory. Sue. He's a really good tap dancer, though. He can tap dance up a storm. He can also turn into like some kind of pigeon or dove kind of person. Oh yeah, ice cream cake. I'm an idiot. Like, ice cream is baked goods? What? Yeah, he's like, no, ice cream cake. There you go. Where is Akainu? Oh yeah. He should be in the same area with Akainu, really. Akainu should be way down here. Akainu is like... Wait, where the fuck is Akainu? Where did I put Akainu? Where is... Is Akainu not on this list? What the shit? He's on the top? Why is he on the top? I'm not seeing him. Which category is he in? He's in really good. Where is... Oh, there he is. He's right there. Why is he in really good? Okay. Well, I mean, I guess they're in the same category, so yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm fine with that. Sure, why not? Yeah. There you go. All right. Lafitte. Garbage, I guess. Garbage tier, I suppose. His bakery, I feel like, would just be really creepy. Like, you'd walk in, and it would just be all black and white, monochrome, and it would just be like, hello there, welcome to... It would be a very avant-garde bakery that, like, hipsters would go to, and even they don't really understand what the message is, but it would just be confusing. Maybe just from like the weird, like you'd walk in black and white and this weird like avant-garde jazz music would be playing in the background, like you know, and it would just be so confusing. Like, what is this place? You know, it's like, what is weird ass art would be hanging on the like art, like abstract art, but not even really. It's like just like the painting of a red dot would be on the wall, and you'd be like, uh-huh. And it would be weird stuff to eat. Yeah. Yeah. Louis LeClock would like it. Yeah, Louis would be the only person eating in there, and even Louis wouldn't understand it. Yeah. No, we already got some good haunted. If you want like a horror-themed cafe, like Perona's is good. Even Karasu's would probably be better than anything Lafitte could do. Let's just leave him in eh. Who's next? Marco the Phoenix. Marco would, I think, make a really good bakery. I think he would learn a lot from Whitebeard to like value family and friends and pineapples. He loves pineapples, so it'd be like a pineapple themed bakery. Like you could buy actual pineapples there, like fresh. He would have like a pineapple. It would be adjacent to a pineapple grove, just kind of how like Nami's is all about oranges. Marco's would all be about pineapples. So he would sell really good pineapple juice. And also he can do the revitalization flames. So he can make you feel better while you're eating the cake or whatever. Pineapple bread would be delicious. Yeah. I feel like he should be up here in amazing. I feel like Marco, where's Whitebeard? Whitebeard was in the best. I think Marco wouldn't be quite in the same category as Pops, but he would be in the category right below that. He would do his best. He would make a really solid bakery. He would like, some old man would walk in with like arthritis, and he would like temporarily heal the arthritis and give the old man some really good like pineapple themed pastry or whatever. Oh, the upside down pineapple cake would taste so good. Oh, upside down pineapples. Oh, that sounds so good. His bakery is just SpongeBob's house. It's just the pineapple. Yeah, it's just SpongeBob's house. That's great. He would own the Big Pineapple in Australia. Is that a place? That's a place. The Big Pineapple in Australia. Let's see. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Monet. I put Monet on here just because she's sexy snow lady. Let's see. She would make ice cream. She would make like snow cones and like shaved ice, I feel. It would be very cold in her establishment. It would be a winter themed. Honestly, she could do like a cosplay as like Elsa, and she could do like a Frozen themed cafe. Like, not even shitting you. She could cosplay as Elsa and work in like Disney World as like the Frozen cafe. And it would be insanely popular. She would be extraordinarily popular doing that. Yeah. Monet doesn't have hands. That was done by Law's like op fruit. Like, she did originally have arms. Then again, she's the Logia. She could just mold her wings into arms, so that's not really much of an issue. Or if we're saying that she could go back to the way she was before she was changed by Law, so she just has her human form, maybe that. Yeah, Elsa with wings and bird feet. Once again, we don't have to use like how she was like while she was on Punk Hazard. You know what I mean? Like, she wasn't always like with the birds and the feet. Yeah. And she can make it Christmas themed. She sells only Christmas cookies, but she uses snow, so it works thematically in the restaurant. Yeah. Wouldn't it be ironic if she actually doesn't celebrate Christmas? If she's like, no, we don't celebrate Christmas in my cafe, but everything's winter themed all year round anyway. Yeah. She only sells Christmas. I just read that one. Yeah. There's a giant banana in Mackay. Huh, that's funny. But isn't she okay with the experiments on children? Oh, yeah, I guess that doesn't make the Disney theme all too well. Yeah, I forgot about that part. Man, there's a lot of messed up people in One Piece. All right, Monet in... Okay, the Frozen theme, Christmas... but also the kidnapping of children. I feel like with that case, she should be next to Caesar in Unholy. But I don't know. I feel like, I mean, she didn't personally kidnap the children. If that's any consolation, I don't know. Monet is good. Everyone's saying put her in good. All right. I'll put her in good. All right. Yeah. She didn't actually kidnap the children. Yeah. All right. What about Ace? Okay, I put Ace on here purely just because I was expecting the donut jokes. So go ahead. Ace just sells donuts, but he sells them completely unironically because obviously, like, we have to do this while Ace is still alive. So Ace is still alive. He never went to go fight Blackbeard on Bonaro Island. He just decided to leave the Whitebeard crew and go start a bakery. So he started a bakery in the South Blue on Bateria in the name of his mom, and he named his bakery after his mom, Rouge's Cafe or whatever, and he sells a lot of donuts, and he's really good at making donuts, and he's just there just like, yeah, I love making donuts. I can make donuts every day of the week, and I'd be happy. And everyone's just kind of like, in a parallel universe, he gets donut attacked by Akainu. So, thankfully, though, Ace avoided this fate. Although he's still the son of Roger, so maybe Akainu shows up to his bakery and kills him anyway. Who knows? Wait, Ace dies? Spoiler alert. Ace makes great donuts, dude. Yeah. I'm going to say, though, he's going to make some pretty damn good donuts. I'm going to put him in amazing. Best donuts you've ever seen. Just cooked perfectly. The right amount of heat used to bake them every single time. And Katakuri would be there 24/7. Absolutely. Let's see. It would be an issue if they find out that Ace runs the bakery. Yeah, that'd be a major issue. But hey, you know, Ace was able to live as a pirate under the radar for a few years, so he could be in a bakery for a few years. He might get discovered. He might not get discovered until he's in his 30s or 40s. Like, we've discovered that Roger had a child. Word is he started a bakery in the South. You know, and we find Ace at the age of 56 making donuts, and then he gets assassinated then. So he might actually end up living longer if he started the bakery. Yeah. What about Rox? Rox is just a dark cabin. Rox, we don't really know much about. He wanted to be the king of the world. So let's say he wanted to be king of the pirate. No, the king of the bakers. He wanted to be king of the bakers. Rox would make the Rox French toast. Rox is just a dark cabin. Let's see. Rox, I imagine, as just the most piratey pirate that ever pirated in the history of pirates. Like, he was the quintessential pirate, you know? Maybe even more so than Roger was. So you could do some theme stuff with that. So he might be in the same category as, like, Burgess. Burgess's whole thing is luchador stuff. Rox's whole thing is pirate stuff. But it's a more raucous kind of bar where you could end up getting killed. You know, it's the kind of pirate establishment where you walk in and people are beating the shit out of each other. Just like, what did you just call me? Did you call me a liar? I ain't calling you for dinner. And then you just like you walk in, people are throwing chairs. The barista behind the cafe grabs the chair and throws it to the ground like Captain Marvel or some shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's a wild time. It's like a Waffle House. Rox would basically be leading a Waffle House. That's it. Okay. Where would Waffle House go on this tier list? All right, there we go. Yeah, all right, there it is. Where would Waffle House be placed? Rox would be the manager of a Waffle House. Good. I mean, I've eaten at a Waffle House, so I can make that distinction. Yeah, good. Yeah, I'll say good. Good is Waffle House. There we go. I'll put them a little bit higher up, but yeah. Unholy. No, Waffle House is good. I've eaten at a few. I've eaten at 2 Waffle Houses when I was down south last year. And they were pretty good. Actually, you know what? They might have been even really better than that. They might have been really good. I don't know. I really like the waffles. I really like the bacon. I mean, the hash browns were so goddamn good. I miss those hash browns. I kind of crave those hash browns right now. Yeah. Waffle House fights are crazy, man. But the fighting, okay, I'll put him in good. The food is really good, but the fighting aspect, good. Yeah. Waffle House is open 24/7, though. Yeah, you are right about that. You are right about that. I actually love how they use Waffle House as a determining factor on a statewide emergency, because Waffle House is closed for nothing except the absolute worst natural disasters that you can imagine. Like, Waffle Houses will stay open short of a tidal wave about to completely wipe out the entire city. Like, that is when a Waffle House will close. And other than that, they'll just be on a limited schedule, like a time schedule. But they usually don't close for shit. Yeah, but they aren't everywhere either. That's another factor. But I still think good is, it's like, yeah, they're not everywhere, but they have good food, but you might get into a fist fight while you're there. But they're open 24/7. I think good. I think good is the right place to put the Waffle House, okay? Rox's Waffle House. Yeah, if the Waffle House is all closed, we're all doomed. That's the end of the days. I can't honestly say that even if it was the end of the world, like, if the president came on and said that a giant meteor was about to hit the Earth in 2 days and we're all going to die, I don't think Waffle House would close. I don't think it would. I think it would still be open. You know? Yeah. Who's next? San Juan Wolf. Okay, so keep in mind, San Juan Wolf, he is the size of, like, Marineford HQ, but he can also make himself the size of a regular giant. He has a devil fruit that increases size, but I think it only works on him, so he can't, like, make a cookie and then make a giant cookie. You know, it only works on him. So, he could have, like, a bakery that's, like, huge, like the size of, like, a football stadium, right? And it's just, like, him walking around. Like, he would have the biggest bakery in the world. Giant food, you know, which would be appealing. I mean, it would be the best bakery for giants. Okay, here's the thing. You know how you can go to certain restaurants where their whole thing is they give you giant portions, like portions that are so big that you, with like 8 people, might be able to eat them. You know, like that's like a restaurant's whole thing. There's a restaurant that does that. I think it's called Hash House A Go-Go. Look up a place called Hash House A Go-Go. I think they do kind of that kind of idea, like giant portion food. San Juan Wolf would do that for giants. So giants that are already used to eating huge amount of portions of food, this would be the kind of place that they would go to when they want to eat giant portions, would be San Juan Wolf's Bakery. Absolutely. The Heart Attack Grill. Yeah. Yeah, they're open on Christmas and holidays. Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, San Juan could make Muffin Mountain. Like, he really could. I'm going to put him in really good. You know, it's just the size and quality alone. Like, he can make one muffin that could feed an entire village for, like, a month. You know what I mean? Yeah. So who's next? Sengoku. Sengoku, kind of the same thing with, where did I put Garp? I feel like Sengoku and Garp should be in the same kind of category. Then again, Sengoku can turn into Daibutsu. So if you want to achieve enlightenment, his place would be very zen. It would be like a Buddhist temple, pretty much. It'd be like going to eat at a Buddhist temple, but makes really good baked goods. Mochi-based desserts. Holy muffins, you know, you'd walk in and the statue would be there and he would be in his Daibutsu form, like delivering you the food. Like, you walk up to the giant statue and be like, I'm order number 17. And he'd be like, here is your cinnamon roll. Be like, thank you, Buddha. Thank you, Buddha. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to put Sengoku, I think, in amazing because holy bread. Holy toast. Yeah. The food is shiny. Yeah, exactly. Netero. Yeah, it's like Isaac Netero's favorite bakery. Okay. What's next? Shirahoshi. Okay, so Shirahoshi. She cries a lot. So you know that, like, if she burnt the crawlers or something, or the cupcakes or the muffins or the bagels, she would like start openly weeping. She would just be like, "Oh my god, I messed up. I'm sorry, I messed up your order. I'm so sorry. I'm trying." You know, like she would cry a lot, which is not like you would just feel bad for her. You would just be like, "No, it's okay. It's fine. I'll take the bagels. I don't care they're a little burnt. I like them that way." "Okay, are you sure?" I'm like, "Yes, it's fine." You know? Yeah. It would be underwater. But just like how San Juan Wolf's would be for giants, Shirahoshi's would be for merfolk and fishmen. Like, that would be the bakery, you know? I would say I would just say for Shirahoshi. She wouldn't be able to handle the Karens. Oh, my God, you're right. The second a Karen came in and complained, she would break down into tears. She would not be able to handle a Karen. And you got to handle a Karen. You got to be able to handle Karens in a restaurant business. I had to deal with them when I was working at Dollar Tree. My mom is a Karen that in herself has to handle other Karens. Do you know how much of a Karenception that my mom has to deal with? Being a Karen, working as a cashier at a Walmart, dealing with other Karens. Oh, man. Karenception. Yeah, Karens would destroy her. She would not be able to. I mean, she might honestly, like, Shirahoshi is the kind of pure-hearted individual where she would open her bakery. She'd be so happy that she opened a bakery. Like, come on, everybody, we're going to do our best. And the second that somebody came in and complained, like a Karen, like, my son's birthday cake had one letter misspelled, and I want to speak to your manager. And then she would just complain and unload and rant at Shirahoshi, and Shirahoshi would be so upset she would like close her bakery the following day. Like, that's how upset it would make her. Like, that is how fragile she is. She is so pure and of that kind of, like, so wholesome. Like, she wouldn't be able to handle that level of criticism, and she would just admit herself as a failure. And like, Karen would be there like, I think you should close this bakery. You don't even care about your customers. And she'd be like, okay, I'm sorry, I'll do that. You know, just like that is how it would go. Oh, my God, that's so sad. That's so sad. Oh, poor Shirahoshi. Yeah, it would be constant stress for her. I don't think she'd be able to handle just the dealing with customers. I don't think she'd be able to deal with it. Yeah. Oh, and that's when there's like a group of Sea Kings outside the establishment. So the Karen walks out about to give like a 1-star review on Yelp, and the Sea Kings are just like, "Excuse me, ma'am. You're going to give her 5 stars, right?" You know, the Sea Kings show up, you know, clenching their fists. Yeah. Yeah. The nicest customer at the cafe I used to work at was called Karen. I feel bad for the nice Karens out there. My mom can be a bit of a Karen. I mean, she can be. She's a very sweet lady, but every once in a while, like, let me tell you a story. So we went out to eat at a diner not too long ago, and it's a diner we've both eaten at plenty of times, and we walk in, and it's fairly busy. It's around lunchtime. So we ask for, it's a little while before we're waited on. It's maybe like 5 minutes, 10 minutes we're waiting. And waitress comes over, the hostess comes over, and she's like, okay, follow me. You have 2. And I'm like, would you, because my mom always wants to sit in a booth. She always wants a booth. She hates sitting at tables. So I'm always the one that says, do you have a booth? And she's like, I'm sorry, I don't have a booth. Is a table okay? And I'm like, fine. So we sit down, and my mom is just kind of like really kind of peeved that we have to sit at a table. And she's looking around the entire restaurant. She's like, see, there's a booth over there we could have had. There's a booth over there we could have had. They didn't give us one of those. I just think they don't like us. And I'm just like, Mom, quit being a Karen. Order your food. So every once in a while, my mom will do that kind of stuff. Every once in a while, I catch her being a Karen. But overall, she's a very nice person. But I feel bad for all the Karens that genuinely don't complain, but that's just their name. So yeah, you know how it is. Yeah, Karen is a racist term to white women. I got to tell you another story. Okay. I've told this on here before. This is a funny story. This is back when I'm living with my mom. I'm in the kitchen cooking dinner one night, and I don't remember what I was cooking. My mom's in the living room watching TV, and she's watching Inside Edition, which is like a news, kind of like a sensationalist kind of news, TMZ kind of program. Anyway, there's a story on TMZ or Inside Edition about the whole Karen thing. This was right when Karen, the meme, started becoming really popular. So my mom is sitting there, and she's just like, why do they have to make fun of Karens? Why do they have to make fun of Karens? And I'm just in the kitchen, like, chopping onions, and I'm just like, Mom, it is what it is. It's just a meme. It's just what happens, okay? It's the internet. And she's like, well, I think all the Karens should come together and form a group against the Karen meme. And she said that shit unironically. Unironically. It was not a joke. She was not being funny. She said that shit seriously. And I immediately dropped what I was doing and doubled over laughing my ass off because that was the funniest, that was the most Karen shit ever. I think the Karens should all come together and complain about the Karen meme. I'm like, first of all, they wouldn't be able to agree on a place to meet, but even so, that is the most Karen thing I've ever heard in my life. Love you, Mom. Oh, my goodness. Karens everywhere. The Karen Syndicate. Oh, man. Okay, but anyway, who's next? Charlie. Charlie is cool because Charlie has the ability to see the future. She did break her crystal ball, but I'm just going to say for the context of this, she has her crystal ball. She could see the future. So she'll know exactly who's going to come into her store, exactly what they're going to order, and she's going to have it ready for them before they can even order it. So I'm going to say this is the best service ever. I'm putting it up here as amazing. Even better than Toki's, because Toki still has to take the order and bake it. Charlie can make the order like 5 hours in advance before you even come into the store. You know, before you even know that you're going to order. She's actually so advanced, she's making next day's orders the day before. So before you even have the idea of walking in her shop, and she knows exactly when you're going to walk into. She knows at 3:30, someone's going to walk in and ask for a tray of lemon bars or whatever, you know? So it's going to be like the best ever. Won't they be cold? No, she doesn't make it the day before. Okay, yeah, that's what. Okay, no, I guess she can't make it the day before. She'll organize it down to the schedule where she'll take the orders. She'll know where they're going to be placed, and she'll be like, all right, this guy's coming in at 4. I'm going to start making his cake at 12, and by the time I'm done, it'll be fresh out of the oven. She'll figure out the schedule. She'll time it in such a way where it will be ready to go as soon as the customer walks in and before they even order. That's how she'll do it. Yeah. That's how she'll do it. Fortune Cookies IRL. That's it. Fortune Cookies IRL. And she won't be overwhelmed because she'll know exactly how many orders she can take. So she'll take exactly as many orders as she knows that she's going to get, and she'll have a limit to how many people can enter the establishment per day, because that's the only orders that, like, oh, wow, I would love to eat at Madame Charlie's. She already knows what you'll want. You know, she could, you know what she could do? She can open up like a texting service where you can, like, you know, scan a QR code and it'll just pop up on your phone that, like, your appointment at Madame Charlie's Bakery has been scheduled for the 5th of the month at 12 o'clock noon. And it'd be like, wow, it's not even the new month yet, and she's already scheduling me in. It's like, I guess I'm just going to show up there. Like, you don't even know what's going on. Like, you'll show up there at noon, and she'll just give you the perfect thing that you would have ordered anyway. You know what I mean? Yeah. Luke, somebody is spamming. I don't know. I'm going to, you know, put them in timeout. Or, yeah, I'll put them in timeout. Don't spam. That would be an awful business. Why would it be an awful business? She's just being pragmatic. She knows what's going to happen before it's happened. She can see the future. I mean, she would make you question every decision you've made in your life. Like, what is meaning if she can just decide what I want before I want it? Are these even my decisions? You know what I mean? She'll make you have an existential crisis, but, you know, she is pretty sexy, though. All right, so who's next? We're getting down to the final wire here. We got 8 more characters. We got Rayleigh. Rayleigh is an old man that loves to gamble. I feel like his bakery would be kind of like a gambling hall, you know what I mean? The kind of place you could just hang out away from the Marines, gamble. I just watched Casablanca yesterday, so maybe it'd be like Rick's Cafe Americana, something like that, which is not bad. I'd put him higher than Roger. I think Rayleigh as the first mate would be a better off organizing a bakery than Roger would. I'm going to go with really good. Go really good on Rayleigh. Yeah. Rum cake. Yeah, he would make some alcohol-based dishes. Rayleigh would take alcohol as payment. I mean, hey, he would make you some decent food. Casino, bar, that kind of jazz. Yeah. Oh, it would be definitely better than Roger. Absolutely. It'd be a bakery, it'd be a bar, it'd be a casino. There you go. The bakery, bar, casino. Next up, we have Tashigi. I'm surprised I didn't have her on here with Smoker, but Smoker is on here just because he smokes a lot, so the whole place would smell like cigarettes. But Tashigi, though, maybe Tashigi could make the Frozen Disney kind of, because she really likes kids, you know, like from what we saw with the whole thing, like she was like a motherly figure to all of the kids on Punk Hazard. So maybe she would be the one that would work at the Disney resort and cosplay as the various Disney princesses or whatever, and she would be the one to make that work. Okay, that's not bad. I'll put her in really good, actually. I'll put her next to Rayleigh. I can see Tashigi being very popular with like kids and stuff, and like the Disney theme, you know. Part 4 is putting the characters in order. Now, I think we're done with the tier list after this. Realistic sword cakes. I mean, she could do a specialty. She would cut the cake with a sword, I feel. Tashigi is a little bit klutzy. Yeah, she is. But I think that would add to the charm a bit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Half bakery, half sword museum. Yeah, it would be kind of like in medieval times where you have medieval times, but you also have the torture museum off to the left. I think it would be something like that. You know, where you could walk in and most people just go to the bakery, but she also has a sword museum that's like her pet project that she's super proud of, but not that many people really go into. But whenever somebody does, she's like, oh, thank you for looking at the sword museum. I love it. You know? All right, but now we've come to Uta, who is a relatively new character in One Piece. Uta, I feel, would have an amazing bakery. Disregarding maybe killing the entire planet, it would basically be like a Twitch streamer or an idol, because that's more of what she is. I mean, she's a streamer, but she's also more of like, she's based off of like a Japanese idol singer, model, that kind of stuff. So that would basically be like, imagine your favorite idol opened their own bakery, which is probably something that actually does happen in Japan, I would imagine, fairly often. So in that regard, I feel like amazing would work. It would be very thematic. It would be a lot of fun, especially if she takes you into the Uta world. You'd walk in and she'd be flying around, like delivering your food. It would be a dream world. So she'd give you the food like that. You know, she just, you order it and it would pop right in front of you and it would taste amazing and you wouldn't have to worry about refreshments or any kind of refills. Like it would just appear right in front of you all the time. But you could just never leave. You could never leave Uta's bakery. You will stay there on Uta's bakery forever and sing songs with her for all time and be happy. Oh, yes. It's like a Hatsune Miku theme bakery. Sure. Dream food doesn't count. All right, even without the dream food involved, though, she would still run a very successful, highly thematic idol bakery, songs, dance numbers, nightly dance numbers, stuff like that. It would be a big show, okay? And her voice is still incredible. It's not like the fruit gives her the ability to sing really good. She sings well without the fruit. She'd bake the sleeper shrooms into your food. I don't think she would bake the freaking No, not the sleeper shrooms. It was like the trucker pills, the stuff that kept her awake. They were like uppers. They were just like, oh yeah, the caffeine shrooms or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't think she would drug you with them. She took those so she could stay awake. Next up is Van Auger. Van Auger I put on here. He has the warp fruit now, so he would have the best delivery service in the whole town. Okay, so I actually might put him... Where did the other Blackbeard pirates go? Where was Blackbeard? Blackbeard was really good. I feel like Auger should either be with Blackbeard or like higher. I don't feel like he should be higher than really good. I feel like next to Blackbeard would be good. He would have the best delivery. Yeah, ever. It would be like a portal just opens up in your apartment and just, here you go. I'm just like, okay. And like, that's it. You'd still have to like wait for them to bake it and cook it and everything like that, but delivery would be instantaneous. You've got Zeph twice. Oh, did I? Did I put Zeph on here twice? No, I didn't. I don't have Zeph on here twice. Zeph would be in the best category. I would not put Zeph anywhere else. And he's not on there. So Zeph is not on here twice. No, I don't think I ever had Zeph on here. Delivered 10 minutes or it's free. Yeah, that would honestly be the slogan, but it would always be less than 10 minutes. Okay, so then we have Vasco. Now, if you're talking about people that would have alcohol-themed pastries, your man is Vasco Shot, 100%. He wouldn't even... Vasco Shot, like, he would call it a bakery, be like, hey there, welcome to my bakery. What would you like? I'd be like, I'd like some delicious... I'm trying to think of a baked good. Some delicious eclairs, please. And he'd be like, all right, here's some delicious gin. There you go. It's just a bar. It's just a bar. It's not a bakery at all. It's just a bar. Garbage. It's just a bar. It's like, I'd like a cake. All right, here's some vodka. He wouldn't even try. He wouldn't even try to make a vodka cake. He would just give you the vodka. Oh, man. I don't even think he would try to make the cake or the brownies or anything with alcohol in it. He wouldn't even go that far with it. It would just be a shitty bar. Yeah. I mean, Rayleigh might enjoy it. Yeah. There are a lot of baked goods with alcohol. I understand that. But, like, that's more of Rayleigh's speed. Vasco is a straight-up alcoholic, like, drunk. He is sloshed, like, 100% of... He is sloshed 100% of the time, okay? Like, he's always toasted. Always. All right? So, I don't think he has the mental fortitude to open a bakery and bake things, you know? Yeah, he could not bake. Yeah. You ever try baking a cake completely sloshed and come back to me? Don't try doing that. You might actually burn your house down. Don't try doing that. Yeah, he is sloshed in his sleep. He drinks while he's asleep. You know he does. You know? All right, who's next? Vegapunk. I'm so happy that Vegapunk appeared in this story, so now I get a chance to include Vegapunk on the menu here, so to speak. Dr. Vegapunk. I didn't have a chance to include all the satellites, so we're just doing with the main Stella body. But maybe the satellites are, like, working in the bakery for him, okay? So, like, the satellites are working with him. I'm just not going to rank the satellites individually. So, Vegapunk's here. Okay. It would be a bakery of the future. It would be the most automated, futuristic, crazy bakery ever. I would say it's pretty high up in really good. Like, he would have the best bakery in the future. So many other things that other people do. Like, Van Auger has the teleportation ability. Vegapunk might be able just to build a teleporter that instantly delivers your food. Or he makes a robot that'll travel so fast, it'll deliver your food, might as well as be as fast as, that. He has a machine that makes it. No fuss, no muss. Customer service, I think, would be fine. It would be kind of like, depends on which of the satellites you get. Like, if it's Shaka, it's fine. Lilith might try to kill you, but, overall, I think it'd be okay. It'd be genetically modified food. Everything is genetically modified food. Genetically modified food is my favorite kind of food. It's delicious. Yeah. He is a perfectionist. Everything would be amazing. Yeah. I still think Sanji would be able to outbake him. Like, Sanji would still be able to make, he would make some really good stuff, and he's a perfectionist. But I still think that, just Sanji, I feel like Vegapunk would be completely obsessed with making the perfect dish. And that would kind of lead to an obsession that wouldn't really be helpful. But Sanji doesn't really care about that. He's just automatically, everything he makes is kind of perfect. You know what I mean? It's just his natural raw skill and talent. Okay? He would do, molecular modifications to the food to make it as best as possible, but I still think Sanji would win in a cooking contest. Yeah. He would think everything would be... Okay, what Vegapunk would think he'd be in garbage because nothing would be perfect. But his actual food, his actual accomplishments would be the best. They would be the best. Okay, what's next? Who do we have? We have Whoop Slap. Time to bust out the Whoop Slap. All right. I think it's time to dethrone Sanji, ladies and gentlemen. He had a good run. Sanji had a good run. He had a good run. But I feel like Whoop Slap, I mean, he's just he doesn't compare. There's nothing even close. And Zeph, Redfoot Zeph. All right, there we go. I think I'm locking it in there. Final tier list, best bakery in One Piece. I cannot think of anything better than this. The very best that no one ever was. Because as we all know, Whoop Slap slaps. All right, let's seriously have this discussion. All right, first off, Whoop Slap, I'll put him in good. He's the mayor of a town, so he knows about pleasing. I mean, he's been voted in as mayor of Fuchsia Village, the last, 20 elections. He was the mayor when Luffy was a kid. He's still the mayor now. He's been the mayor for at least, at least all of Luffy's life. He's been the mayor for at least 20 years. So apparently he must be doing something right because the people keep re-electing him. Mayor implies an elected office, okay? So he's not the king of Fuchsia Village. He's not the baron. So it implies an elected office, so he keeps getting elected. So he knows enough about his people to make a decent bakery. Yeah. I think he'll be fine. He'll be good. Let's have this conversation, though, now. Who's better, everybody? Sanji or Zeph? I'm going to make a poll for this one. I can make polls here. I didn't think I could, but I can. All right. Sanji or Zeph? Best baker. The best, no one ever was. The best baker, no one ever was. All right, here we go. I'm uploading the poll. All right, the poll is live. If you cannot see the poll, refresh the page. Poll is live. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Sanji out in a lead with 74%. Zeph is trailing behind at 27%. Not looking good for Zeph, ladies and gentlemen. We have 195 votes in. There's around 830 people watching the stream right now. So how about we give it, let's see, what time is it right now? I'm going to put, it's 5:20. I'll say the poll will last, I don't know, let's give it a minute or two. Let's give it a little while here. It's really looking like Sanji's going to win, though. Oh, man, I don't know, man. I mean, Sanji... Here's a question. Do you think Zeph could have done the same thing Sanji could have done with that wedding cake debacle with Big Mom? Do you think if it was Zeph that was there instead of Sanji, Zeph could have made as good as a wedding cake as Sanji did. I don't know. Yes, but he never did. Maybe. Oh, no. Zeph has more experience. See, that's the problem. Zeph has more experience. But Sanji is a prodigy. So you might... I mean, if you want to come to me and say that Sanji could make a meal that makes Zeph, like, admit that Sanji's better, I can buy that. But I can also imagine Zeph trying some of Sanji's food and being like, you got a long way to go, you shitty eggplant brat, or whatever. I could see that as well. This is tough. This isn't easy. Yes, okay, Sanji technically didn't make the cake. He made the whipped cream topping for the cake. Okay, fine. If Zeph was there, could he have made the same whipped cream topping? I feel like Sanji just being younger, if that's just going to come down to it, like stamina. You know, like, I feel like Zeph is wicked strong, but he's older. He's in his late 60s. Sanji's kind of like, he hasn't even reached the prime of his youth in One Piece terms yet. You know, he's 21 years old. So I feel like Sanji's only going to get better and better, you know, and he hasn't even reached his peak yet. Whereas Zeph, even at this point, is not in his prime anymore. I feel like at the prime in the One Piece world is like around 50. Like when you're around 50 is like your like physical prime, fastest, strongest, all that kind of jazz. Sanji's not even close to that yet, whereas Zeph is beyond that. This is the hardest book hardest poll I've ever took. I understand that. I feel that, dude. And I do feel like by the time Sanji is Zeph's age, Zeph will have easily passed up Zeph. But that's not what we're talking about. Sanji wasn't the greatest chef when he was a kid. He was taught by Zeph. Yeah, but he caught on really fast. You think anybody could just learn all those cooking skills that Sanji did? Sanji was a prodigy. And we don't know when Zeph learned to cook either. We don't know if he started cooking when he was a kid or if he didn't start cooking until later. Debate of the year. No kidding. But you know what? I got to go with my first instinct on this. And the poll does reflect that. I'm going to go. I'll bump Stroyzen down, but I'm going to still go with Sanji as the very best. I think that Sanji is capable, fully capable, and feel free to disagree with it, but I think he is fully capable of making any dish that Zeph can make at the same level of quality. If you don't want to say better, if you want to say the same, fine. But the thing that edges it out there with them being tied is the fact that Sanji is just younger. He's got more stamina in the kitchen. He can cook a lot faster. He can move a lot faster. And also, I don't want to be mean to Zeph, but he is missing a leg. Sanji has 2 legs. So I'm just saying, in terms of like delivering the food, making it quick, fast in the kitchen, Sanji, just by virtue of having 2 legs, would probably move a lot faster. I know I went there. I'm sorry. The only thing I can't disagree with is Shiryu being there twice. I don't think I can delete any of these. I think that's actually a fault of the process where you can't delete any images. So, okay. But I'm going with this. I'm ending the poll. Sanji wins the poll. I agree with the poll. Yeah. Peg legophobic. Yeah, I'm going with Sanji. I genuinely think out of all of the baking skills in the One Piece world, the person that would make the very best bakery would be Sanji. He would follow in Zeph's footsteps in a lot of different ways. And a lot of the stuff he learned was from Zeph. But I think eventually he's going to surpass Zeph, and he might have very well have done that already. But even if you don't want to argue that, I think once again he's just quicker, you know? And also because he's younger, he might think of ideas that Zeph might be more of a traditionalist. Like, that's the way I cooked it for 50 years. That's the way I'll continue to bake the damn cookies. You know what I mean? Sanji might be like open to new ideas. You know, it might just be like, you know what? We should try making the cookies this way. I'm going with Sanji. I'm sorry. It's that old person hate I get from William. Yeah, maybe so, but that's what we're going with. It's finally over. The best bakery has finally been established. I think, you know, anybody could have said it was going to be Sanji from the very beginning, but it's Sanji from the very beginning. We have the very best, the best, amazing, really good, garbage, and unholy categories. I'm happy with how this turned out. I am content with this. I'm happy to put a moratorium on this and to say, this is my magnum opus. This trilogy of videos are the greatest trilogy that have ever existed on YouTube. Thank you all for coming over and spending New Year's Eve with me. I'm actually going to go, not even bake anything now. I'm actually going to go make a steak. I have steak in the fridge. I have a ribeye I'm going to cook up here. Should be really good. I get some garlic, get some thyme, some onions, some mushrooms. Oh, it's going to taste so good. I'm looking forward to this steak. I really am. All right. Well, anyway, everybody, thanks to all, and to all a good night. Happy New Year, all that stuff. Thanks for coming on by. The stream's about 2 hours exactly. This will be up on YouTube after it renders and all that jazz. So stick here for that. Yeah. Thanks a lot. Best bakery. Thank you, Vinsmoke Sanji. You're the best, like no one ever was. To bake them is his real test. To flambe them is his cause. Sanji is the greatest baker in all of the seas. It is his destiny. Sanji is the baker that'll find the all blue, because that's what he has to do. Sanji, greatest baker of all the day.